This is TWiT.
Let's start with where I think a lot of people are starting, whether or not they are fans of Apple. Apple did make some significant announcements this week, not just in product, but also in policy and in pricing. So let's jump into what we know. We know that they released 3 phones. We've got the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus. Both are nice. Many people are saying they could just as well be the 7 and the 7 Plus. They've upped the technology a little bit. It uses Apple's new A11, the Bionic processor with 6 cores, 2 of which are low performance, 4 of which are high performance. It's got a new 12 megapixel camera with optical stabilization with Apple's signal processing. So they say they've upped their low light performance. A new portrait mode, which I kind of like, because it's got it's basically a filter before a filter. It can actually detect what a scene is like and choose the right settings for that. And a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. So it's going to last long. It's going to be faster. It's got an all glass back. Let's start with that, because obviously we want to get to the X, but are we impressed with the 8 Plus? Have you pre-ordered? Are you ready to buy it? JJ, is this going to be your next phone?
I'll let everybody else go first. I'm going to go last.
Okay. Okay. Wow. He's going to sit on that for a while. Mark, what do you think?
I mean, it's a decent phone. This is like comparable to any of their other, step along phones that they do each year. The all glass back is a nice throwback to the 4, which I thought is probably one of the most attractive phones ever made. This is not the phone.
That's impressive that you can keep the model straight.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the one that Gizmodo leaked. That was the classic phone.
And also, it was strange because when they went away from the glass backing, it had a couple of people scratching their heads thinking, so now it looks like every other phone again. With that glass back, it was unique. And yes, it had a couple of issues that had to be sorted out.
The antenna, yeah, for sure. But also, glass is more susceptible to breaking. So when you put glass on both sides, you've got like a Fabergé egg that you're trying to carry around. So from a practical perspective, we'll see how strong this glass is. I look forward to the inevitable YouTube videos of people trying to smash it when it comes out. But it's a fine phone. This is not the phone that the people who listen to this show are interested in, I don't think. It's not the one that I would be interested in, but it's a decent phone. And the addition of wireless charging, I think they're really moving in that direction for a lot of their products. So that's going to be an interesting move for Apple.
Are they going to keep the 7 on sale at a much lower price? What are they going to have to offer?
Yeah, they did announce their pricing, and so they are dropping everything.
But are they keeping just the 7s, the 8s, and the 10?
Actually, it goes all the way. You can get down to the 6.
You can get the 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Which I have to say, if I had a 6, I would not feel a great urge to upgrade. And if I had a 7 Plus, I would definitely not feel the urge to upgrade. The 8 Plus looks just like the 7 Plus. It is slightly faster, but the 7 Plus was already so fast and the screen was so wonderful that unless I really, really, really wanted wireless charging, which I don't see as a big thing. I've had wireless charging on a lot of phones, and sure, it's nice every once in a while, but the difference between putting it on the platform and just plugging it into a cable, that was never a huge.
I think they're not even releasing the mat until next year. So.
It's a standard. Why would they wait?
It's Qi charging. It's Qi charging. But I mean,
you need to buy a third-party mat.
Well, it won't be as beautiful. It won't be as pretty. It won't be as sleek.
The pricing, we know, is going to be a little bit higher. For the 8, which is a 4.7-inch screen, it's 1334 by 750. You can either get the 64 or the 256 gigabyte version for $700 or $850. And then the Plus, which has the 5.5-inch screen, that's a full HD, 1920 by 1080. 64 or 256 gigabyte for $800 or $950. So yeah,
that's the lower of the phones announced.
That's the lower of the phones announced. So let's go ahead and let's jump to the X, the 10. My bad. Let's jump to the 10. Oh, I'm sorry, Owen, you wanted to jump in on the 8s, right?
It sucks. It's the same thing. I mean, I am so tired of Apple's marketing. Apple has the best marketing in the world, and you say the same thing every year. Ooh, wireless charging, cool story. My grandma was doing that back in 2012. A glass back, oh yeah, it looks sexy until you break it. Forget the YouTube videos. The average user always breaks that glass backing. When you had the metal backing, sure, you had a little bend gate or whatever crap that was, but at least it took a dent and it kept on ticking. Now when you break the glass, and you cut your thumb on the back of it, because Lord knows half the people that have a regular job don't want to spend the $200 to send the phone back in to get fixed, because most people don't get the Apple Care because they buy it through their cell phone providers. So that's just one more thing to break. I don't care how gorilla super duper hooper man this glass is going to be. It's breakable glass. Why? You made the same phone, then you had the nerve to skip the 7S and just call it an 8, then you're going to come out with an X. Who is running this monkey show over there anymore? I miss Steve so much every day. It is insane. Like, who cares about the 8? Nobody. You can dim the lights on my picture. Cool story, bro. I got Lightroom for $9.99 a month. Let's talk about this X.
Okay, but I mean, to address that, you're still on the fence, though. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like
who's on the fence? People are going to buy this phone. People are going to line up to buy this phone, to resell this phone, to make money off this phone, thinking they need this phone. They don't. People are spend $41 a month on this stupid phone and don't have life insurance. Like, I understand that people are going to buy the phone, but my goodness, Samsung and Nexus and Google and everybody and their mom who makes a phone has been doing this. I mean, the new X looks like an HTC phone from 6 years ago with that stupid loopity hoop at the top. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go to the 10, because that's actually, that loopity hoop is what everyone has been talking about.
Ugly. From the sex appeal designers of the world, you put devil horns on the top of my phone with full screen. I'm gonna have to dim out the 2 caps when I'm watching a full screen video of myself on TWiT with the black background. This is ridiculous. Come on, let's go.
But wait, it's the new thing, and it's beautiful, and everyone's going to love it because it's a 5.8-inch screen. It's 2436 by 1125. It's OLED, edge to edge, except for the notch.
Except for the notch.
And they say they are very excited about it. And it's only $50 more than the highest of the 8. So why wouldn't you wait for 10?
Because it's only got 64 gigs of space. And again, my grandmother had more space than that back in 1942. What are you doing charging $1,000 for 64 gigs when you have a phone that's not upgradable in space capacity? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, you really just ripping people off knowing that they're going to line up and buy this stupid phone, and then the next jump is up to $256. It should have been everybody on that panel knows it should have been $128 for $1,000. Come on.